What's up, world? Summit Fitness. I'm coming at you with another video. We've gone over the bar muscle up. Now let's talk about the ring muscle up and how to pretty much achieve this skill and a couple of nuances or tips that you want to look for. So with the ring muscle up, we're gonna make a points of checklist that we want to pretty much just cover. First one is the wrist position. We're looking for the false grip. I want you to notice how I bring the rings down and have my wrists on top of the rings so that they're facing upwards to the sky. Number two is going into the pull-up position and going right here into this peekaboo kind of the transfer, so to speak, transitioning into the dip. I peekaboo, I open the window, note how the rings were very close to my chest, my center line, and I pull away from that center line and I begin to go into my ring dip support position, which is what you see right here. Reverse the motion, go back into your dip, into the peekaboo, which is what we call our transition. Make sure that those rings are hugging the body and you're coming all the way right back down. Your attention all across the whole body. Don't just solely pull with the arms and then just hope that you get the exercise done, okay? You want to have tense quads and tense glutes and a toe point. Toe point tends to help tremendously for a lot of people. The other thing also is maintain straight legs and try not to use your legs to catapult or to push away, kind of like what I spoke earlier in the bar muscle up video. Now, let's go above and beyond and demonstrate what more we can do with our ring muscle up. I'm gonna show you the wide ring muscle up. Now, what this does is it'll condition the elbow joint a whole lot more, and this would be a nice preparatory step for essentially training iron crosses, back levers, and a few other exercises. Let's get into it. Okay, class is in session. So, the ring muscle up with a wide grip or a wide variation, so to speak. Remember the checklist. First is the false grip. Grab the rings. Get your wrists on top of the rings. That's the number one cue. Cue number two is that when you reach the checkpoint with the rings coming towards the chest, the only difference now is your rings are actually going to be at shoulder width or maybe even further than that, with which then you will have the struggle to get on top of the rings. I freeze here just to demonstrate for you. Note the elbows. It's all about the elbows here. This is where the elbows get the transitional benefit. And from there you pull. And then you go right back into your dip, into your support position. Same thing though, coming back down, the rings do not go to the center line. What they do is they're going to stay right where they are. I'm in that dip position. I'm even freezing there, kind of talking out loud, but a lot of cars out there, so I had to do a voiceover. And I lower back down. This is why I was talking about the Russian dip in the past and why it's so useful, so that you can get the benefits. This is why it's important to get the transition phase on point, to get the elbow joint behind you as opposed to bringing it in front of you. In the original ring muscle up, we're looking for the checkpoint to bring the rings close to our chest and then go into that dip phase. With the wide ring muscle up, we're going at shoulder width and then bringing the elbows on top. So I'm gonna show you from the back side now. All right, folks, last part of the class. Here we go. What I'm doing here with the ring wide muscle up is very simple. The elbow, well, it's simple, but it's not easy. The elbows are going to be used to prop yourself back up. You're kind of bringing your elbows back in that shoulder extension position, and you're going right into your dip. The shoulder extension with the elbows behind you is what gets you on top of the ring, so you got to get really adequate with this. And I even go a little slow motion. I show you here how you can play around with that position. It's like I rest my elbows on a table, and then I just get them off the table. And then I slowly go right back down. Going slow is very important as it shows you where you lack. This here is the final part. I just really wanted to show you a closer view as to what my upper extremities are doing. So look at the position with the wrists. And lastly, just the most important thing is what your elbows are going to do and how wide you get those rings out. The rings are no longer touching the chest. My hands are actually in line with my shoulders. And even in the dip phase, I kind of dip with that wide position as well. And then slowly, maintaining false grip, bring those elbows right back into the position with which you once saw. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.